Was flat in Baton Rouge, heading for the train, feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained. He took us all away to New Orleans. I took my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. It was slow and sad while Bobby sang the blues.
Come on, we want to hear you guys when the chorus comes.
Those windshield wipers clapping time and Bobby slapping hands with mine. Sang up every song that driver knew.
Come on, let's hear it.
Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing ain't worth nothing if it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. From the coal mines of Kentucky to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Standing right beside me, Lord, through everything I'd done. And every night, well, he kept me from the cold. I'll tell you now, one night in his Salinas, Lord, well, I let him slip away. As I was looking for that home I hope he'll find. I trade all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday, but holding Bobby's body next to mine. I tell you now, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing ain't worth nothing if it's free. I tell you now, feeling good was easy, Lord. Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. Let's all do it together now. Na 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 na, me and Bobby McGee. Oh yeah. Na 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 na, me and Bobby McGee. I say na 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 na. Well, it was me and Bobby McGee. Na 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 na. Well, it was me and Bobby McGee. Woo! Thank you very much. Do a little Janie Fricky tune here. I need someone to hold me when I cry. Your bags are packed and waiting by the door. If you really want to go, well, it's all right. Don't worry about me, darling, 'cause I'll get by. I'll need someone to hold me when I cry. 'Cause I'll need someone to tell me that I'll get over you. And I'll need a friend to lean on when I'm feeling blue. So sit down here beside me after you say goodbye. 'Cause I'll need someone to hold me when I cry. Sorry about that, Paul. The taxi cab is waiting for you to go. But darling, please tell him that you've changed your mind and stay until tomorrow, 'cause tonight I know that I'll need someone to hold me when I cry. 'Cause I'll need someone to tell me that I'll get over you, and I'll need a friend to lean on when I'm feeling blue. So sit down here beside me after you say goodbye. 'Cause I'll need someone to hold me when I cry. 'Cause I'll need someone to hold me when I cry.
Right. Woo.
Thank you very much.
Here's a song, tells a story about a guy who shot his wife with a butcher knife.
Yeah. One of those automatic types. You know what they handle? Everybody having a hell of a time out there today. You want to hear some stomping stuff or what? All right. That's too bad. Paul's going to sing it for you.
Want to dedicate this song to all the folks that helped put this together, especially the guys that hauled this thing here. They're called truck drivers. Yeah, pull on a Pittsburgh road on this is a boy. I got my rig wound up to rolling like never before. There's a speech on the heaven on the right. See no smoke inside. 6 days on the road, I'm gonna get home tonight. I got my 4 forward gears in a Georgia overdrive. I take a knit-wide pills and miles rubbing in wide. I just pass me a Jimmy and wine, passing everything in sight. 6 days on the road, I'm gonna get home tonight. Well, my roots a little low, baby, that don't mean it's slow. I smoke 5 stackers of blow and black as coal. My whole town's coming inside. If you think it's Tater Town, you're right. 6 days on the road, I'm gonna get home tonight. Well, it's been like a month since I kissed my baby goodbye. I could have a lot of women, but I'm not like some other guy. If I want to hold me tight, I might believe it's alright. 6 days on the road, I'm gonna get home tonight. 6 days on the road, I'm gonna get home tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Jericho Road and Diane Sigurdsson. Let's hear it for this group. Great work, Diane.
Thank you.
Now we're going to change the tempo a wee bit. We're bringing in a barbershop quartet, a group called Side by Side, and they're going to entertain us for the next 15, 20 minutes. Side by Side.
Pal, send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. And if you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Baby, telephone and tell me you're mine. Hello, 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 hello. I talk to him across the telephone, telephone. I never see my honey, but he's mine alright. So take a tip and leave this guy alone. And I'll say, hello my baby, hello my honey, hello my ragtime pal. Send me a kiss by wire, baby my heart's on fire. And if you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, then you'll be left alone. Baby, telephone and tell me you're my hello, hello. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, then you'll be left alone. Baby, telephone and tell me you're my own. Hello, 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 hello there. Tell me you're my own.
I wonder how they hear that. Thank you very much. Probably when most of you think about barbershop harmony, you envision four men standing in a barbershop with red and white striped vests and hats and bow ties and big mustaches. Well, in 1945, a group of women in Tulsa, Oklahoma decided they weren't going to let the men have all the fun, and they began the first chapter of the Sweet Adelines. And now in 1986, we have over 35,000 women all across Canada, United States, down into the Panama, Australia, Japan, Sweden, England, all around the world singing barbershop harmony, and we sure do have a lot of fun. The next song we'd like to sing for you is a real barbershop-y song called Let the Curtain Rise.
Let the curtain rise, let the lights be bright, let tonight be the night for this crazy business. We've got a mania, all we want is to entertain ya. Music is the key for part harmony, minor, major, you'll see. Laugh and be happy too, come on, it's good for you. We've come to show you the way to do it. Let tonight be the night.
Thank you.
I wonder how that sounds.
No, it's fine. The next song we'd like to sing is a song you'll probably all recognize. Barbershop does not only the traditional barbershop songs, but also a few of the more modern tunes. This is a song that was made popular by Judy Garland called Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I'd heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wished upon a star and woke up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why oh why can't I? Why oh why can't I?
write a song. Thank you. The next song we're going to sing is a Neil Sedaka tune called If I Could Write a Song.
If I could write a song and get the world to sing along, think of all the music there would be. The earth would start to ring and everyone would sing a song of peace and love and harmony. With 3 billion voices singing together, what a happy sound. And just to think it's my music making the world go round, and people feeling sad would have a reason to be glad. I would do it with a melody. If I could write a song, get all the world to sing along, how wonderful this world would be. If I could write a song, get all the world to sing along, how wonderful this world would be. You'd see how wonderful this world would be. Gee, what a world this would be.
I'd just like to take this time to introduce the girls to you. On my far right is our terrific tenor. She sings all those beautiful high notes that you hear, and it's Sharon Dion. Next to Sharon, oh, say hi, Sharon. Thank you. Next to Sharon is one of my sisters, and she's our beautiful bass, and she's Jackie Marshalldown. Jennifer Vipond is our lead. She's also a sister of mine. She's our leading lady. And I sing baritone, and my name is Donna Feely. Thank you. Our next song is really a fun song. We really enjoy doing it. A lot of you will know this song. It's called Jeepers Creepers.
Golly gee, when you look at me, I wonder where you got those eyes. I don't care what the weatherman says when the weatherman says it's raining. You'll never hear me complaining. I'm certain the sun will shine, and I don't care where the weather vane points when the weather vane points to gloomy. It's gotta be sunny to me when your eyes look into mine. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Gosh, I'll get up, how they get so lit up. Gosh, I'll get up, how they get that size. Oh, golly gee, oh gee, when you turn those heaters on, woe is me, gotta put my cheaters on. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Oh, those weepers, how they hypnotize. Where'd you get those eyes? Oh, golly gee, oh gee, when you turn those heaters on, woe is me, gotta put my cheaters on. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? All those weepers, how they hypnotize. Where did you get those? I fell in love with you the first time I looked into. Where'd you get those beautiful eyes?
Hey, let's hear it for Side by Side. Great job, girls. Great job. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to barbecue time, another half hour or so. The next act we've got coming up is a comedy type act, Seymour from Creemore. He's not quite ready yet. I think his manure spreader broke down halfway here or something, I'm not just sure. But he'll be along shortly, so in the meantime we've got a few country and western tapes we're going to entertain you with. Seymour will be along very shortly.
So, how's everybody today, anyway? My goodness, it's a beautiful day for a picnic. I'm Seymour from Creemore, your locally renowned agricultural engineer. Those of you I know I'm acquainted with, and those of you I don't know seem like total strangers. But don't you strangers feel bad. Some of my best friends were strangers to me until I met them. And I don't expect you to remember my name because I ain't about to remember yours. But then you can't blame me. There's a heck of a lot more of you than there is of me. And my God, there's a lot of people here today, too. You'd think it was a plowing match or something. I haven't seen as many people since our last liquor vote. I drink myself, but I only drink moderately. As a matter of fact, I got a whole jug of moderate out back in the Chalmers. It's Valida. That's the wife and former sweetheart and the crab apple of my eye. She couldn't be here today. Being from the fourth line in Ottawasaga and all, she's not used to these large crowds. And she's always been a shy girl, but that's not her only fault. She's been putting on a little weight lately. I'm not saying she's fat, but she fell over the other day and she rocked herself to sleep trying to get back up again. And she had her picture taken recently, and the photographer had to charge her group rates. Good grief. And Orville, that's the young lad who just turned 14 and a half. He's been awful interested in kissing girls ever since he's got his tongue stuck in a Coke bottle. He couldn't be here today either. He's got a sugar test tomorrow and he had to stay home and study for it. But you know, it seems like the big issue that has a lot of people like myself, that being a farmer, stirred up as of lately is when is those Ontario Liberals going to do something about rising inflation and high interest rates? Now myself, I keep trying to pay my bank mortgages with a smile, but they keep insisting on money. And I was walking down the street the other day and I saw a t-shirt which read, "If Dolly Parton was a farmer, she'd be flat busted too." Why, inflation has even affected the wholesale price of marketing goods. I was in a Bob Blah Blah's the other day to check things out, and if you ask me, I don't think the price of eggs is worth the wear and tear in the chickens behind. But I sure hope I get a lot of them because the wife just bought 25 roosters in one hand. But anyway, enough about politics. I mean, after all, this is supposed to be a picnic and good times had by all. Now, how many people are here from Creemore today? That many. Welcome to Canada. Good grief. To bring the bus down. But anyway, seeing that I'm just about the only representative here from Creemore, I thought I might enlighten you a little bit about our fair community. The people being so friendly, they won't leave you alone. Why, just the other day, Cousin Fred was into W.A. Gordon's feed mill to buy some number 9 fine binder twine. And he shook hands with so many people he couldn't milk when he got home. Seems he had to get some other jerk to do it. What else have we got in Creemore? We got a pretty good Sears order office. I was in there the other day to order something to send back home COD. And it was that hectic that I had to shout to give the sales lady my address. She couldn't hear me, so she shouted back, "It's a madhouse, isn't it?" And I said, no, it's just a private home. What else have we got in Creemore? We got a pretty good medical center now. Used to be you had to travel to see a doctor. I was down to Toronto to see a doctor a while ago. Nothing about the locals, mind you, but this fellow was a specialist. He did nothing but look up noses. It was good money, but it didn't much for the appetite. But anyway, Orville and I were walking along and we saw a sign that said Massey Hall. And I said, "By Hinkus, let's go in here and have a look at the new tractors." But you should have seen it in there, not a tractor in sight. Just the biggest band this side of Barrie. I'll tell you, that band was so big that if you set her up in the Duntruan Hall, the conductor, he'd have to stand in the grease pit at Hennessy's garage. But anyway, now we got a pretty good postal service in Creemore, too. I'll tell you about that a little bit later because I just remember we got some pretty good local entertainment, much like what you've had here this afternoon. Millie Wines is a pretty good singer. Now, someone said Millie was a virtuoso, but I don't think her morals should enter into it as long as she sings good. Now, last year, poor Millie figured she'd enter the Dairy Queen contest at the Stainer Fair. Now, Millie figured if she was going to be a Dairy Queen, she'd better indulge in a drink of milk. But the cow sat in her face. She came crying to me about how painful that was. I'll tell you, that's utterly ridiculous. But anyway, about our postal service, like I was saying, we got a pretty good one, not much like what the rest of Canada's got. And I got a letter the other day from my mother, and I thought I'd bring it along to you and read it to you, because some of you people know my mother. And, no, my mother just wrote the letter on what she had left. I mean, after all, she never was one to throw things out. I mean, after all, look at me. I goes, "My dear son, I'm a living example of that. My dear son, just a few lines to let you know that I'm still alive. I'm writing this letter slowly because I know you can't read fast. You won't know this house when you come home because we've moved. It was a lot of trouble moving. The most difficult thing was the bed. You see, they wouldn't let us take it in the truck. It wouldn't have been too bad if your dad hadn't been sleeping in it at the time. About your dad, he's got a new job. He's got 500 men under him. He's cutting the lawn in the cemetery. Your sister's got herself engaged, and the feller bought her a beautiful ring with 3 stones missing. And our neighbors, the Browns, started to keep pigs, and I got wind of it this morning. I got my appendix out and got a dishwasher put in. There was a new washer in the house when we moved in last week. I put 4 shirts in it and pulled the chain, and I haven't seen the shirts since. Your little brother came home from school yesterday, crying that all the boys in school had new suits. Now, we can't afford to buy him a suit, so we're just going to buy him a hat and let him look out the window. Your sister Mary had a new baby this morning. Don't know yet whether it's a boy or a girl or whether you're an aunt or an uncle. And your Uncle Jack was drowned last week in a vat of whiskey in the Dublin brewery. 4 workmen dived in to save him, but he fought them off. We cremated his body, and it took 3 days to put out the fire. Kate is now working in a factory, and she's been there 3 weeks, and she's been in the same shift ever since she started. I'm going to send her some clean underwear. Your father didn't have too much to drink at Christmas, so I put a bottle of castor oil in his beer, and that kept him busy till New Year's. And I went to see the doctor, and your father went with me. The doctor put a glass tube in my mouth and told me to keep it shut for 10 minutes. Your dad offered to buy it from him. It only rained twice last week, first 3 days and then 4 days. It was so windy last week that one of our chickens laid the same egg 3 times. We had a letter yesterday from the undertaker, and it said, if the last installment on your grandmother isn't paid, up she comes in 7 days. I must close for now as the plumber's coming to fix the pipes and there's a shocking smell. Your loving mother. P.S. I was going to send you the $10 I owed you, but I already had the envelope sealed before I thought of it. Well, I got to leave, and leave I must, because I left the Chelmers Double Park. But before I go, I want to leave you with a little poem. It was written by a fellow by the name of Longfellow. Rodney Longfellow, just a next-door neighbor down the road a piece. And it goes something like this. It says, I'm glad I am a Canadian, glad that I am free, and I wish I were a little dog and Turner were a tree. See you later.
Great stuff. Thanks, Seymour. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call once again upon our group, and before they come up, I'd like to give a special thanks to the leader of the group, Gary Vines, who has looked after the PA system here today and set this all up for us, and I thank him very much for that. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Jericho Road.
Titles, old records on the shelf, sit and listen to by myself. Today music, it ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco, or rhythm blues, a funky old soul. 10 minutes I be late for the door. Stop playing that old time rock and roll. I like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothe your soul. Reminisce about the days of old. I like that old time rock and roll. Call me a relic, call me what you will. Say I'm a fashion, say I'm over the hill. Today music, it ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. I like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes your soul. Reminisce about the days of old. I like that old time rock and roll now. I like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes your soul. Reminisce about the days of old. I like that old time rock and roll. Guitar now. what you will. Say I'm old-fashioned, say I'm over the hill. Today's music, it ain't got the same soul. I like that old-time rock and roll. I like that old-time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes your soul. Reminisce about the day of old. I like that old-time rock and roll now. I like that old-time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes your soul. Reminisce about the day of old.